I'm not afraid of LA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're wearing shorts. We got a winter here. Okay? Our gangbangers got the sniffles.
Let's get dumb and have some fun. Let's get dumb and have some fun. Let's get dumb and have some fun. Get dumb and have some fun.
Welcome to Let's Get Dumb, the podcast where I, comedian Joe Kilgallon, and comedian Jonah Jurkens like to ask dumb questions, tell dumb stories, make dumb lists, and just have a dumb old time with you. Jonah Jeff Jurkens.
Yeah.
How are we doing today?
Well, I feel like you just doxed me, so I don't feel very good.
Because I said your middle name?
Yeah.
Is that doxing?
It is.
We've talked about it on the podcast.
I know, I was kidding.
Have we not, Austin?
Yeah, that's his dad's name.
It's producer Austin on the ones and twos. Producer Austin, producer extraordinaire. He's a producer with very few producers have almost as much talent as the on-air talent.
True.
But he's close.
He's close. He's up
Thank
there.
you.
He's up there. Yeah, he can replace Uri any moment, I think.
I agree.
We should both we should both understand that and always bring our A game as much as we can.
Why do you think I try to instill a little fear in him when I'm around him?
You do that. Yeah.
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 He's slightly afraid of me.
It's interesting that you make me
Joking, Austin.
go on all fours behind him and you push him over.
Tabletoping, baby.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? Tabletop?
It's called tabletoping.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
still haven't done the Me and Joe podcast yet.
I know. We should. Hey, how about
Someone
this?
doesn't want to give us his house codes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, how about
worried
this?
about
Hey,
it.
Austin, do you want to switch right now?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm eating these pretzels. Sorry.
You got all excited. You fucking
I
Joe got
did get excited. We are right into the heart of June now. It is summer. Not officially summer yet, but
I'm going to
almost.
interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. I just want to say Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On this record, Father's Day was yesterday.
Yes.
And we talked about Father's Day last week, but I didn't get a chance to wish you Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Yes. At the time of this recording, Father's Day was just the other day. I had a nice little. I spent the afternoon with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to their grandfather's, and I went to go to work. I had to go do a show.
Okay.
So it was nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a good time with it.
Any gifts?
Yeah, cute gifts and stuff like
Yeah.
that. My son Dylan, I should bring it in and read it next week. He has a thing he did in school, like the last week of school, because they're done with school now. But the teachers saw the calendar, and it was like stuff like all about my dad. It's like, what's my dad's favorite food? You'll love this. He wrote Fruit Loops with milk.
Yeah.
It was all the stuff where it's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then one thing was like, what doesn't dad do anymore? Yell. He wrote like all these.
wait.
I swear to God, the answers are really funny. I got to bring
I feel
that in
like
to
the
read.
yell part, you'd be like, oh, I mean, that's good, but
I don't know
What's
you
the
anymore,
teacher
but yeah.
Yeah.
I know the teacher's probably thinking, well, at least he's not doing it anymore.
Your dad
You-
like
I bet
Fruit
you-
Loops and yells?
Yeah,
I
Fruit
bet
Loops and
you
yelling.
when he wrote that, his teacher brought his sleeves up to see if there's any bruising on his arms or
right,
anything.
yeah.
It was like,
He is in kindergarten too. I think I want to tell the listeners that this is a kindergartner writing all of this.
oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
She brought a doll out and she's like, "Where's he touch you?"
Oh God, what is wrong with you? You made it weird, dude.
No, I meant violently. I didn't mean
was
sexually.
fun
No,
with,
I
like-
meant it violently.
All right.
They do that
That's-
for violence?
Like a yelling dad is funny. There's a million fun yelling dads throughout sitcom history and movie history.
Yeah.
You had
Went
to
through
go
a list of
into
yours
that.
last week.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That was pretty much all my favorite dads from sitcoms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Well, I'm sure if that happened, your son would be like, no. He just hits me. I'm kidding. Obviously those are things that you're not.
a
This is why we
violent man.
This is why we can joke about it.
My violence comes in the form of me being so mad at the situation that I will turn around and hit an inanimate object.
Right.
Because even when I'm at my goddamn worst and my mind is completely gone, there's still a part of my brain that's like, you don't hit people. You hit things.
Right.
Which you should hit things either, though.
I feel you shouldn't. I think your fist would appreciate that. But I think you kind of slowed down on the hitting things, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I've been 100 let's see, however many days I'm sober is however many days since I've
Weird
hit
how
something.
that lined up, isn't it?
This is strange how that lined up, right?
Is there a part of you when that would happen? I know it didn't happen a lot, but like when that would
105 days sober.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there a part of you, and I know it didn't happen a lot, but when that would happen and you get to that level and you would punch, is there a part of you wanted to look over and be like, that could have been you?
No, I should have, though.
Yeah.
One of the coolest lines of any TV show I ever saw was in Justified. Timothy Oliphant is stepping on this guy. He takes his gun out, flicks the barrel open, and a bullet pops out. He catches the bullet and then throws it at the guy or drops on the guy and says, the next one's going to be coming a lot faster.
Oh, fun.
And I'm like, that was a fucking dope line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody, Oliphant, that dude can deliver a line.
Oh, he's amazing.
Uh-huh.
We both know the line. I know the line. You want to say it from Girl Next Door.
This guy's the shit.
I know he goes, the guy's the tits.
The guy's the tits.
Just the way he goes, guy's the tits.
Ooh, fire starter.
dude, he that line was so good that it later in that season, someone tells another person that line, and the guy goes, "He said that." It's gonna be the coolest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, they just acknowledge how good that line was.
He's one of those actors you forget that's been around since forever. Like he's in Go. He's in a lot of movies, I think before that, where you're just like, fuck, dude, this guy's been here. Scream 2.
Yeah.
Scream 2 is the biggest weird one.
You know what we needed to do? Do a list of most underrated actors.
Yeah.
Right.
He would definitely be on there.
He'd be on there for me too. And I remember someone talking about Ron Livingston the other day.
Yeah,
From Office
Swingers.
Space. Swingers. He's really good. Because the clip from Swingers where he's talking to Jon Favreau, like toward the end of the movie, and basically talking about like, dude, you got to get up off your ass. Like, he's acting in that is perfect.
Yeah, one
That
day
scene,
you think about
yes.
it every day, and then it turns into every other day, and then it turns into once a month, and then you just kind of stop forgetting. You just got to stop remembering that thing.
Yeah. And he goes, sometimes you miss the pain. He goes, you miss the pain? He goes, yeah. Like the way he breaks that down, he does a really, it's believable.
Yeah.
I believe he went through that shit.
I would say Swingers is probably top 5. This is right. We didn't plan this, obviously. Today's more of a fuck around, but like top 5 like male breakup movies.
I would agree.
Let me say that again. Top 5 male breakup movies.
Yeah.
Right? What's a better like movie that shows like what it goes through, like a guy's version of a breakup?
Oh, I like The Dilemma. I know that's not really
Get the
a
fuck out of
breakup.
here.
That's
The
not a
Dilemma.
What? Yeah, it is. He has to like tell the guy. His
You're
wife
thinking of
cheated
The
on him.
Breakup with Vince Vaughn.
No, the other one. No, I know that one too. But The Dilemma is where he has to like tell his friend that his wife's cheating on him, that then they have to break up.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I guess,
it's like the
but-
lead up to the breakup and like how guys handle like telling each other information. It's really like
See, that's more
pretty
of a,
good.
that's more like supporting each other type thing and being put in that position. I'm talking about like where the movie is about the journey of a breakup. The breakup is good, but
The Breakup,
that's not just male. That's kind of
No, it's
both.
between
that's
both.
both.
Of them.
Yeah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall? is
Yeah, that's
funny.
a good one.
It's
That's
really
a great
funny.
one. Yeah, that's a really good
Yeah, I
one.
Love You Man also kind of
Is
that.
that kind of-
Is it
No,
more
that's a man who doesn't have any friends trying to find a friend.
Oh, the friends. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe Swingers is number 1.
Swingers is so good.
It's so good. It's one of those movies I'm always like, man, yeah, it's fine. And then I watch it, I'm like, I forgot this movie's like incredible. Because you think it's a comedy, but there's so much more to it.
The
And
first
it's
time go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was done.
Well, the first time I saw it, I remember being like, this is the movie everyone hyped for me? Are you kidding me? It was fine.
Really?
Yeah. And then I watched it again randomly. It's one of those movies like the more you watch it, the more you appreciate, the more you catch little parts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize the brilliance of it as well.
Yeah.
Because there are definitely some parts that are super brilliant and there's some really good choices they make. Even when at one point I think they're eating lunch or something. I actually know where they are. They're at the Cafe 101, which was a place I went to a lot when I lived in LA. I recognize it right away. I'm like, been there. It's a place that like celebrities like to hang out at, which is why I was there all the time.
Right.
But he's
with
like
your little autograph book.
yeah, please. He's like playing with the straw wrapper. And I remember being like, that's a good choice right there.
Yeah.
When he's talking about like, should I call her? Should I, like the way he was just like playing with it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I've talked to friends who are broken up about something and you'll see them picking at shit.
Yeah.
Like a beer bottle. You ever pick at the label of the beer bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just like little things like that they did a really good job with. Showing how in LA, people will be like, this party's lame, even though it's packed.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone drives their own car to the next fucking party.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of cool scenes.
Yeah. It was also the younger people won't get this, but like they're leaving a message and it gets cut off.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, fuck. Because in the movie, he just gets this girl's number. It's like his first girl he gets the number of since his breakup. And he decides to call her. He's like, fuck the 3-day rule. He calls her, leaves a voicemail message. It's a really great message, but then all of a sudden it gets cut off right as he's saying the last number.
Yeah.
And it's that, fuck, did she hear that? Did she not? I don't know. And then it's that, like, do I call back? And then calls back, cuts off again, and then he just loses. He goes through a whole breakup, a beginning, middle, and end of a relationship within that phone call.
It's so awesome, but
awesome.
it gave me so much anxiety the first time.
Yeah.
It's like, just hang up the fucking phone, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to watch people have like that train wreck moment where you're
Yeah.
like, they're just blowing it so
And the best
badly.
part, too, was like, she answers, and he's like, oh, hey, been there the whole time? You know, like that
She
move.
goes, never call me again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever like talk shit about somebody or maybe gossiping or whatever, and then they just walk right in, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah. I've been on the other end of that a lot
I know.
lately.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, but yeah.
Remember when I saw you guys at Lincoln Lodge?
Oh, yeah. No, I
I
know.
walked in. I'm like, hey, what are you guys talking about? They're all 4 of you. or maybe even 60 feet of time, we were like, you.
That's what brought me up. Yeah. Which I think is the best move. The best move was, and it was true. We were it wasn't like shitty gossipy.
It wasn't like
It was a
gossip,
little
yeah.
gossipy, but like you walk right in and then you instantly, I think when that happens and you go through everything you just said, and then you go through how loud was I? And then you go through what do you say? And then our friend Ed Towns was just like, yeah, no, we were talking about you. Like instant. And I was like, that's the best answer.
Definitely.
It's honest. It wasn't wrong, you know. The only problem is Joe likes to hit inanimate things, and to me, Ed's not a real person. So
I could have hit that.
I'm just kidding.
Could have knocked that out a little bit there. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I've been on. I had this once, and I never heard. So hopefully it didn't. I was talking shit about a show, and there was a camera right there filming the show.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
what do I do?" And then it made me think it'd be really funny to just be like, just delete the recording.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then when they come back, be like, "Oh, I must have not hit record. Oh, bummer." When really it's like, no, I had some shit in that was very incriminating on there, so I deleted the recording.
Oh god.
I didn't do that though.
Yeah.
I never heard anything about
Or on
it.
a piece of paper, you write, follow me at Joe, whatever, and you just put it up like it's the end of what you're saying.
Yes, that'd be
Yeah.
great. Do you ever hear the story? I think it was Joe Fernandez, who's been on the podcast a few times. He's recording his set at the Laugh Factory in Chicago. And Marty DeRosa, who's on one of the early
Yeah,
episodes.
I love this one.
He found he looked up gay porn on his phone. And it's so funny because when it was shown to me, it hits you by surprise.
Yeah.
So Fernandez is showing me, he goes, "Look at this video." And I'm like watching, I'm like, "Oh, just you doing stand-up? Cool." And then all of a sudden you see like another camera get in front of his
Yeah.
camera and it's gay porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like-
it's Joe on stage and then just this slow phone that comes up, this gay porn playing, and then it stays there for a while, and it's just like, it's brilliant. It's amazing.
It's so brilliant that Fernandez could even be mad at him, where it's like, "Dude, you cut off a good part of a joke. I really needed that set on tape. I had to record for this
Yeah.
thing." He's like, "But that was funny."
That was really funny. I did this thing where Ed Towns, we were just talking about, we were doing a show, and it was our show that we all run together, and we were doing auditions at another place. In that place, you could put your logo on their television, through like not
MacBook or
Photoshop.
something?
No, not Photoshop, but PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
Through PowerPoint, excuse me. And when Ed was on stage, it went from our logo to "This guy sucks" behind him, and it's funny because like he didn't see. I thought he'd see the light change or the TV changing, and he didn't notice it because he's like so performing. And it's funny because people started laughing, and then you could tell it kind of happened when a joke happened, and he was just like, "Yeah, that was really funny." Like you could tell he was just like, "Yeah, fuck you guys." And then he looked over, and I switched it back to our logo.
Just in time.
Just in time. And then he like looked forward, and I switched it to, "No, seriously, this guy sucks."
Fuck you. Did you really?
I had multiple on there. Yeah. And they started really laughing. And then Ed goes, "I don't know why you laughed at that, because that was the setup. And if y'all laughing at that now, like, I don't think I trust you as like smart comedian." I don't know, I did the voice, but I don't, yeah, right. And then finally he
what background is that based off that voice?
well, don't do that because
I'm just
the thing I said before won't make me look good.
Yeah.
But then he finally saw it. And then he was like, "Oh, come on." And I was like, "Yeah, dude. Yeah."
That's fun. At least it was someone you knew. I thought for a second it was you and Ed doing it to some comic who was
No, I would
auditioning.
never. No,
That'd
you
be
just do it
so
to your
mean.
Well, there's like some people don't like those jokes where you're like making fun of them for having a bad set or whatever.
No, that's true.
I was co-hosting this open mic years. A friend of mine and I got kind of drunk, and we had this idea for this open mic that's called the bump mic. And in comedy, for the people that aren't comedians that are listening, it's like what's kind of notorious in open mics is like when you go to one, a more established comedian will bump in, and then you get bumped and they perform and stuff like that. And it's kind of like fuck off. But then once you get to that level, you're like, "Oh, I got bumped in. That's kind of cool." So the point is that like at the bump mic, anybody can get bumped in. Like if you walked in, you get bumped in, but you had to get bumped into the music of the Chicago Bulls song.
That's
So it had
nice.
to be a big thing for you to come out. And you could only bump people when people were in the middle of their sets.
Oh, so you're up there, you're struggling, all of a sudden you're.
Well, it could be a good set or bad set, right? But I'm just kind of tell you the kind of like the atmosphere of this, because it was like fun and like make, because then the people that got bumped, they get a card, and if you got bumped like 4 times, then you get like a 10-minute set, and you can bump anybody you want. So it was like kind of like,
Oh, like Money in the Bank at WWE.
yeah, it was kind of fair. Where it was like, if you got bumped, it was first off, if you have the audacity to bump somebody, we're gonna make it seem like you're the best comic you've ever seen. So people are gonna hate you. And then secondly, it's like if you get bumped, like obviously you'll be able to come back and do your full set. But then also if you get bumped a few times, you'll get.
I love this idea.
It's a great idea, right?
Yeah.
But we all but the problem is one of the producers was there, and then he was closing it out, and then I was like, I'll just fuck with him, and he was having a bad set, and I started playing a laugh track to his jokes. So every time it was like this laugh track that would happen, and did not appreciate it at all. Like he did.
You won't say the name?
I don't even remember the name. I couldn't tell you
couldn't tell you they were the producer?
because later on that night he goes, fuck this. I can't handle this fucking bullshit with you guys and how you fucking treat each other. And then he quit comedy.
Wow.
When I was just like, hey man, I was just having a good time. Like you were having a bad set. We all had bad sets. Like people were laughing. And I thought this was what we're doing,
Well, he was never going to make it anyway then.
Yeah.
Gotta have thick skin in this game.
We should bring back the bump mic.
I think that'd be really fun, actually.
It's a great idea. Cause like, is bumping still a thing?
Every now and then I'd bump people.
Okay.
I try to make it seem like I don't want to, but I'm really like, yeah.
I think that's the first telltale sign of like, oh, I'm people are starting to kind of respect me, or like I've been doing this. I've like becoming established is when someone's like, oh, I'll get you up as soon as I can, and you're like, yeah.
It was a turning moment for me, not when I became the person who was able to bump, but I got bumped early on. I think it was like a year into comedy by Kyle Kinane.
Oh wow.
And it wasn't like his choice. He just
Right.
came in, and whoever the host of the mic was like, I'll put you up next. And then the open mic host came up to me being like, hey, I know you're supposed to go next, but you're actually going to go up in 2 because Kyle Kinane's going up next. I didn't know who Kyle Kinane was. He wasn't as big as he is today, of course. I'm friends with him now. I love the guy. He's great. But I had a moment that was like a real like eureka moment, because all the veteran comedians, I was still very new. All the veteran comedians were buzzed that he was there. Like, Kyle Kinane's holy shit, I think maybe he had just gotten his first TV credit or something, started headlining around. But he started in Chicago, but was living in LA and was back in town visiting. He goes up and murders, fucking kills. And then right when he gets done, everyone's still buzzing off of how hard he killed. I'm like, fuck, they're not going to pay attention to me.
Right.
I'm going to go up there and I'm going to eat shit. So then as I'm getting called on stage, something just hit my head saying, give it up for him. So I shook hands with the host, grabbed the microphone, and right away I was like, hey, everyone, one more time for Kyle Kinane. Holy shit. And everyone just started going, ah. And what was more important was it made him stop. Because I just gave him his flowers, as the kids say.
Yeah.
So he stopped to be like, oh, let's check out this kid who's cool enough to give it up for me. And his friends who were talking to me, he was like, oh, hold on a second. And then I was able to start my set with all eyes on me, because I was able to reset the room. And I also told the audience, hey, I was here for that too.
Yeah.
I realized how great that was.
Yeah.
That was amazing, right? And so then they were able to like go, oh, cool. And then they listened to me. But if I would have just gone up there and launched into a joke, they'd been like, who the fuck is this turd?
Right.
So that any young comedians listening out there, if someone fucking kicks dicks in front of you, you got to give them the respect. You got to recognize
Let them do
them.
it.
Let them do it, but also when it's your turn, let the audience know I'm part of this shit too.
Right.
I saw what you just saw was amazing. Nothing pisses me off more than when a comic goes up after someone kills and they go right into their shit.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
They're done.
Kind of reset the room a little bit.
Reset the room.
It was interesting because when you said, then I came up to All Eyes on Me, I was like, they let you do a theme song? Because I thought you were talking about the Tupac song.
The Tupac song?
All Eyes on Me.
That's always playing in my head, baby.
It was, yeah. But it was, I legitimately almost like, my response was, they let you do that? Like I would, you don't have a dumb thought. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Several times a day.
Yeah.
An hour even. All
Every
the time.
hour? What's the last dumb thought you had?
I had a really dumb thought earlier.
I can make it in this career.
Yeah.
We've all had that one.
I've had that. I my dumb thought was on the way to here to the studio. I said, "This is the episode. This is the episode that puts us over the hump, puts us over the top.
Yeah,
puts us in fucking Are You Garbage at Theo Von and Joe Rogan territory,
yeah,
baby.
we can get there. Yeah, we can. We can.
Yeah,
do
we're gonna have Bernie Sanders on next. We're gonna start interviewing political heroes.
Would that be insane? It's insane if Bernie's like, I do listen. It's great.
I'm
I listen. It's really good. I can't do Bernie.
Every now and then, someone will tell me, "Dude, I love your podcast." I'm like, "Oh, cool, man. What episode do you like the best?" And then they go, "I just watched the clips."
Yeah.
I'm like, "That's fine.
Yeah,
I get it."
yeah, because you're old school. It took me a while to get out of that because we were old school. We had podcasts previous to that did very well, and not saying this one does not, but like I think we're used to like listens, and like listens don't mean shit. It's like a conglomerate. No, it's like everything all together.
Yeah.
I'm fucking. And also, this is not gonna be the one that goes because I don't know what's with me the last couple days. I have had mush mouth worse than I've ever had it. And I don't know. I think I'm dying. I think I'm gonna be like, hey guys, guess what? I've had brain cancer this whole time. And then I just like, and then Austin's the host next week.
Well, I hope that's not the case, but I think you're doing what I've been doing lately, where you start to reach for a word and you're like halfway and you're like, I don't know this word.
You'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you think you'll start to say it correctly. Yeah, no. What was your question? I don't know your question because you just talked about having brain cancer instead.
I don't even
fat
fucking
brain,
know.
Fat skull.
Yeah. Austin likes
that.
to say is that I still haven't lost my weight in my fucking brain. I have
Yeah.
fat brain.
You got fat brain, and then I had to tell him that he has to do like exercises for his fat brain.
Yeah.
But he also has fat skull, so that's also
Well, this is what I realize is what you do. You do 30 of these sets.
yeah.
You're pretty good.
And
I'm
you're
making
supposed to
very
get smart,
wide
yeah.
eyes. Yeah.
Oh no, you're
What the hell was
talking
my
about
question?
how we're old school. Yeah, with the way people listen to podcasts and stuff now. I know a lot of people still listen to full episodes, but a lot of people just consume the clips.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Yeah, they just get the clips or they watch video form of it or whatever.
A lot of
I
my
don't know.
podcasts I've been listening to for a while. I'm waiting for them to start doing clips.
Oh yeah, because you're old school in the fact that you.
I have like
yeah.
I still listen. I listen to. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, but I listen to podcasts a lot. If that makes sense. Like I have like the 5 that I listen to.
Yeah.
And if I'm like on long walks, I'll just go back to old episodes, guys. Like you listen to them again, and you'll find some shit that you didn't find. It's like Swingers. It gets better. It gets better the more you listen to it.
I only listen to one podcast, and it's this one.
Uh huh.
I don't listen
do.
to any.
Right.
I just listen to this one here or there to like find ideas or to think of like, oh, that was good. I'll tell Austin to clip that one too, or something, different things like that. All right, let's get into some of the stuff we wanted to talk about today. This is a fuck around episode, everybody. It felt right to do a fuck around episode. Summer is about to start. We're feeling good. Weather's really turned in the city of Chicago.
What's your goal this summer?
What's my goal
Now
this
we're
summer?
doing fuck around. Yeah. What's the thing you want to do? Ooh, let's make goals. What's the thing you want to do this summer?
Well, I wanted to get a tattoo, and I've already off to that
You
start.
did.
I got a new tattoo, everybody. I didn't know this. Oh, thank you. In the tattoo world, Friday the 13th is like a day in which there's tattoo specials.
Mm-hmm.
So every tattoo shop was like, come here, $50 tattoos, $100 tattoos, $150. They do these flash designs where you could just pick the thing and it makes it quicker for them. So that's why they have those on sale a lot. But yeah, so I saw all over Instagram like, oh, that tattoo shop's got a good deal. Ooh, that one. And I had this idea. I've wanted this one for a little while now, and I got it. I'm really happy about it. But I'll say this, the location I got it in, very painful location
Yeah,
to get a tattoo.
I bet.
Yeah. The first tattoo I have right here on my arm, that didn't hurt at all.
No.
This one, there was a few times where even the dude was like, this is a painful area. So
Really?
it's okay if this hurts. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good, man. I got this. No problem.
Yeah.
But really in my brain, I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Shit hurts. So here's what I got. Can we get this on camera?
Yeah.
It is, which camera should I point? This one?
No, that one, the one across from you.
Well, it's weird though, because it's like I want to get it so it's not upside down.
Okay, you can put it into Jonah's then. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
right.
Yeah,
It is the Free Life green mushroom from Mario Brothers. It's still healing. It's like less than, it's not even 48 hours old yet. So I got to apply ointment, a bunch of stuff like that too.
Yeah. You're supposed to fake like, ow.
But yeah, I got it on my wrist. I like it. It was one of those things where,
You posted that, and I didn't. Sorry to interrupt you here, but you posted that, and I didn't know that it was real. Because I knew you. We talked about it last week that you wanted to get it, and I was like, "Oh, Joe found somebody that did it." And then I was just like, "Man, this motherfucker's got some hairy ass arms." And then you walked in, you're like, "Guess what I got?" I'm like, "They had to shave the inside of your arm."
they do. They have to shave whenever you get a tattoo.
I've never met somebody that has such hairy inside arms.
I know, especially right
Your
here.
arms aren't insanely hairy. They're just hairy all over, which is interesting. But it stops at your elbow. Do you shave? Do you shave your arms? You do, you
here?
son of a bitch.
No, I don't.
Do you shave?
No,
Oh.
why would I shave my arms?
No, I think that's a sign he just wears short sleeve shirts.
Yeah, my dad had a thing where he always wore socks, like not like tube socks, but he wore like, it was almost like a crew. So it'd come up to here.
Uh-huh.
And
No hair. Right?
the last 10 years of his life, no hair at all.
Yeah.
I remember just pointing out, I'm like, you lost hair where it was.
I don't think I've ever seen you in a long sleeve shirt. I've seen you wear like jackets, but that's not enough to like
No.
hold your arm. But like a long, I've never seen you in long sleeve, like a normal long sleeve shirt.
I don't think I wear long sleeve shirts too often. I usually wear like a hooded sweatshirt or a jacket.
Yeah, so your arms are like free to grow.
Dude, I was rocking shorts yesterday.
Mm.
Getting some looks.
Scary. Yeah, because people are just like, oh, blinded by the light. Look at that.
fuck, I didn't think
Blinded
that's what
by
it
the
was.
light.
Shit, that probably is what it was.
Look at that ginger with the white ass legs. Blinded by the light.
I thought my legs were looking nice. I've been walking a lot lately, so everyone told me I looked thin yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to look thinner today.
Oh, thank you
It's
very
on your
much.
face.
Appreciate
But also, I
that.
didn't know if it was a haircut because a haircut makes your face look thinner.
Haircuts do make your face look thinner.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We have to set. We know what we should do is we should have like a committee that will help with like that we keep old people with short haircuts, men. You know what I mean? Tom Cruise looks like an old bitch with his little long, little foofy hair. The second he cuts it down, looks great. I really noticed that on Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg, 50-something years old, looks incredible. By the way, drip check. Looks great. I mean, like, great body. But I'm like, God, man, that's man's starting to look fucking old because he was growing his hair out. He just cut it. I'm like, God, he looks like fucking 42. Nobody looks good. Not a lot of people, I should say.
I'm trying to think of an example of an older guy that looks good with long hair.
I think
Maybe a
like
singer?
Yeah,
Probably one of those dudes, right?
maybe.
Old rocker type guys.
I guess more of it's like if you're known to having short hair.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges looks good with old hair, but he's always looked that age. I'm talking about a guy that you know as being like a younger looking guy. Like
I
Brad
see.
Pitt keeps it kind of tight now, but he looked kind of old in.
Bullet Train.
He looked good in Bullet Train.
He
Fuck,
looked
that's
great
right.
in Bullet Train.
He did have long hair.
Did he have long hair in that?
Yeah, he did.
It's
That
like
movie
down
was
to his
fun.
shoulders, yeah.
But he's got like good hair. Like
He's got great hair, Brad Pitt.
He does.
He's like a
Right.
specimen.
the Cruise doesn't have good hair. He's got like old man hair. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think why it is. Maybe there's something about when you keep it. I know when in summer wearing a hat after you just get your hair shaved on the sides looks great on every fucking dude.
Yeah.
Every dude looks kick ass when they're rocking a hat after just getting the hair shaved on the sides, tight on the sides. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something about because as you get older, even if you keep yourself in good shape, your skin is still going to not be what it once was.
And your hair's not gonna be as strong as it once was either. So it looks kind of stringy.
Yeah.
Do you know
So
what I
that's
mean?
why if you keep it shorter, it's not as, I don't know.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, can't. But his hair looks good. See now
But
now we're in the territory where like these guys take care of their hair. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, but it's also, but no, it's actually long though. I'm talking about like in the middle.
Either long or short. You don't
Either
like
long
that.
or short. Yeah, that helps with my theory more. Yeah, because the two people we just mentioned have like somewhat longer hair. I'm talking about kind of like the poofy, like what Tom Cruise was, Mark Wahlberg. You know what I mean?
Where it's like, what are you trying to be, Gen Z?
Yeah,
Because Gen Z, they all have like perms, these kids.
and mullets.
I know we have a lot of Gen Z listeners. What's going on with that look?
Wait, what's with the mullets?
I know they're going to call us old, but
It's a
no,
perm mullet.
It's a stupid look. It's a perm mullet.
Yeah, but I also had kind of like spiky hair when I was in my 20s. I looked like an idiot.
I was one of those.
Colin Farrell hair. I had Colin Farrell hair.
He had a good
I had all
haircut.
spiky all over.
I remember that.
Jesus, Really?
Yeah,
I would
But
try
like
to
in
rebel.
in a stylish way, dickhead.
I never wanted to have the haircut that all my friends had,
Okay,
you know, because I just thought like, why do I want to look like everyone else?
True.
But then I'll see
I
groups
feel like
of,
you haven't really changed up your hair a lot.
I've grown it out the last couple of years. Remember, it was real short forever.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You
I had the same
yes.
haircut for like 15 years.
That's
until
yeah.
recently.
But I keep forgetting that you start shaving your sides. Obviously, we just talked about that. I should
I've
probably pay
always shaved the
attention.
sides, yeah.
But not like this though.
I've been wearing a
This
hat
is
all day.
new.
Otherwise, I would tell people like, you know, I've been
Yeah.
wearing a hat all day.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thanks.
This is the best your hair's looked since I've known you.
Really?
In the last like few years, since
I
you started
probably
doing that
kept
with
it
it.
too short before.
You think so?
Maybe.
It looks good. I don't. Yeah, I like it now.
I haven't finished. So like the
Oh, sorry.
mushroom guy, I want it as like when you get a green mushroom in any Mario game, you feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, fuck yeah, extra life, baby. So I kind of wanted it like an inspirational, a little bit like a second chance,
Okay.
extra life, dude.
I thought it was like a dad thing, not like your dad thing, but like for your kids because you love playing Mario Kart with your kids.
That's true, but you don't really get a green one up in Mario Kart.
True.
I would have gotten the red one.
I was just thinking Mario,
I was thinking about getting a Mario Kart one though.
but doesn't the green mushroom make you faster?
No.
Oh.
There's no green mushroom in Mario Kart.
No, there's not. It's green shell.
There's green, shell.
shell. What's the thing that makes you faster?
A red mushroom.
Red
Red
mushroom.
It makes you
It's a
faster or
boost.
bigger. But in Mario Kart, it doesn't make you bigger. The yellow mushroom makes you bigger.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Why
This
don't you
makes sense.
fucking read?
Read a video game?
I have a question.
Is
for you.
anybody reading video games?
No, I have like a genuine question for you, Jonah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jonah. If Mark Wahlberg asked you to make
Yes,
love
100%. Whatever I say. Yeah. The answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been dying to ask that on air forever now because
Yeah.
you bring up Mark Wahlberg every episode somehow. Would you let if Mark Wahlberg went up to you and went, Jonah, man, let's make love?
You have to do it like Mark Wahlberg. What would
No,
would it
you
be
do
like?
the Mark Wahlberg.
I can't do Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, you can. Joe, do it.
Do my
You want me to do Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
yo,
Hey, yo, say hi to your mother. Like, I don't know. I can't.
Mike Tyson? It's like Mike Tyson doing
That would
Donnie
do
Wahlberg
that, yeah.
or Mark Wahlberg. I would say
I
that's,
am not a co-op. No, that's not him. I'm trying to think of the
That's like-
Departed.
Yeah, you
JFK.
did.
That was more
listen,
Matt Damon.
you
that was more
did-
JFK. Yeah.
Yeah.
you did the other guy. What's that guy's name?
Matt
Martin
Damon?
Sheen.
Is
I did
Martin
Martin
Sheen. Yeah, you did
Sheen.
more of
Martin
Martin
Sheen,
Sheen
so-
there.
My boys at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't really think you like this. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna fuck with this guy. You know
Hey,
what
why
I'm
don't you
saying?
say hello to your mother?
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg here.
Hey.
You know, we're part of the Funky Bunch.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
know, I
With the
can't. I have to
fucking
hear
teddy
him.
bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're not keeping up the misses as they say, keeping up with the misses. Huh? That's why your wife's all over my stick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what
So
other
Madam
movies.
Mr. Walker.
Optimus.
Hey, Nicole, give me a Coke. It's from Fear.
Angela, get in the goddamn car.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Oh, Fear. He was fucked up in Fear.
Fucking whore. You fucking whore.
He fingered her on a roller coaster.
Isn't that crazy? We should do that like the
We should
most.
finger someone on a roller coaster.
Yeah, actually, I've always wanted to.
I won't.
Right. Have you?
No.
Okay.
Should I say this? Yeah, why not? In 7th or 8th grade, I fingered a girl at a booth at Burger King
Okay.
on Milwaukee Avenue in the great city of Chicago. That
Okay.
was pretty fun.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a Burger King. I had it my way.
You,
Have it your way. Have it your way.
Give me a second to get to add.
Sorry,
add that.
dude.
You took that from me, and it was very
I
frustrating.
apologize.
Did you finish?
Did
Did
he
I finish?
No, like yeah, like in the sense of like, did you finish your work?
Did she come?
Yes, I was trying to avoid.
I doubt it. I was in 7th or 8th grade and I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, you
I was-
look
I
like
was
you're searching for your keys in your car. In
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
I just felt cool.
When your keys go
She
down
was
your
wearing a
seat.
skirt and I went under up the thigh.
Scored. That's hard because you have to like really work your hand in there. So you're like,
I was determined.
Okay, so Mark Wahlberg question. I don't know why I have this thing with Mark Wahlberg. I think he's kind of a piece of shit person. I'm just obsessed with him online because he's very funny. I think it's hilarious that he like wears these little gloves when he works out. It's adorable. He's like, all right, 4 a.m. club. He always has 4 a.m. club where he works out at 4 a.m., which is like commendable. It's great. But then he always has these tiny little white gloves on when he works out. And I'm like, oh my God, you don't want to hurt up your little hands for your little roll later. Your little roll.
Your little acting.
Yeah, your little actors. Oh my God, nobody wants calluses on their little hands. and then every Sunday he's like, pray up, everybody. All right, Mark Wahlberg, everybody. And it's just he's a psychopath.
What is this 4 a.m. bullshit, by the way?
He just thinks it's his schedule. I mean,
What time does he go to bed?
I don't know. 8
no,
or 9.
He posted his.
He posted his thing.
Here, do you
Yeah,
wanna
8 or
go
9.
through it?
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
go
go through
read
his
it.
thing for.
Let me find
Yeah,
it.
but then my favorite is that he owns Municipal clothing company. We talked about this on the podcast before,
Yeah.
but it's every post. He's just only wearing Municipal. Like he just hustles through and through. You could tell he's a kid from like no money. And then he started abs. That's insane. He started the 6-pack, like the craze to get a 6-pack.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he?
Because did we not talk about this on the podcast?
We talked a lot about the drip check and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I didn't remember him starting
Dude,
abs, though.
so-
Did people not have abs before him?
No, they did, but like, so he
Well, he
goes.
was an underwear model after he got out of prison.
That's why, because he goes to prison. He gets prison jacked.
Wasn't he like a hate crime? Didn't he blind a guy?
He would beat people up outside of bars drunkenly to steal their wallets because he had no money, and he was kind of a thug. He was
Wasn't
kind
his
of a gangster
brother
kid.
already a new kid on the block at that
I
time?
don't know. Around that time, it's a good question. I think maybe he was still struggling a little bit. I don't really know. That's a good question. But then he beat up this Asian dude, and the guy basically lost his eye.
Yeah.
And I guess he's paid him money, undisclosed amount, and then this Asian guy's like, I'm not upset. It's like, well, yeah, you're a millionaire now. You can buy as much municipal as you want.
Yeah.
And then he gets jacked. He comes out because of his brother's connections and stuff. He gets the Calvin Klein thing, and he has this huge picture in New York with him just in his boxer briefs, and he's got this 6-pack. And then that's when girls are like, I fucking want that. I want that on my guy.
Yeah.
And he like starts that whole craze.
It was a benefit
He's
of
one of
going
the
to prison.
reasons
'Cause
why.
when you're in prison, you work out all day.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that we allow prisoners to get jacked. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
criminal that was kind of weak. Because
Right.
I'm sure Mark Wahlberg was decently strong before that, but like,
Yeah.
not a huge dude. What is he, 5'6", 5'7"? We're going to send you into prison where you're going to work out 12 hours a day. Then you're going to come out and become a bigger menace to society. Well,
Yeah.
he didn't, thankfully. Look,
No,
and
he
I'm
did.
not
I think he's probably worse as a person to deal with now.
You
than
think
back
so?
then. Oh, for sure.
I don't know the guy personally, so I'm not going to speculate anything like that. He's very talented. I like a lot of his movies. I'll admit that.
Well, that's the thing. And some of his songs, not as bad as you think.
I don't really know
He's
any of
actually
them.
not that bad as a rapper. I went through his whole discography a little while ago because I was doing research for him for a show that I did. And that's when I was like, this guy he's just a success machine. He's just a guy that like grew up poor and was like, I will never be poor again.
He took that second chance after prison and cashed
Yeah,
as well.
and cashed it, and he just believed in himself so much.
That's,
It's just,
that is respectable.
yeah, I just don't like. I mean, it's good for him that he's become kind of like a born again, and he's like really whatever focused. But it's just like it's kind of fucked up his career. I feel like a little bit. It sucks because he was like a good actor.
When a
somewhat.
lot of celebrities
He's Academy Award nominated.
start
Yeah.
to get very preachy, it does kind of make you feel like, okay.
Right. And you know what's funny about that? He's kind of one of the first rappers to become an actor. And also he's had the best storied career from a rapper turned actor.
He was
Who has a
saying-
better career than that? Ice-T doesn't. I mean,
No.
Ice-T has,
Will Smith.
oh yeah, Will Smith.
Will Smith
Actually, Will
probably.
Smith's number
His
one.
new
Will
song
Smith's
Yeah.
came
number
out. It's horrible.
Because Will
Yeah,
Smith did
but-
more music than Marky.
Yeah, Will Smith's a better
He was
musician.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Didn't they have like 1 or 2 albums? It
Yeah,
was
but there
never
were some
that
bangers on
popular.
there. Yeah,
Maybe.
no, he just had that one.
What was
hit.
the one really big hit?
If
If you start to sing it, I would know it. Or if you just say the words. What was it like? Good Vibrations?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, stop for the rhythm and the rhyme. It's not. Wait. I forget. I just lost it. Fuck, I had it
Take
too.
your shirt off while you sing it.
No. I won't do that. But why do we? Oh yeah, would I fuck him? No, I'm not gonna fuck him. But I'd.
Really?
Well, I
Joe,
mean,
if he
if he was
asked
like,
you-
do you don't want to watch me jerk off? I'd be like, sure. I don't care. Yeah.
That's almost worse.
Yeah.
That's even weirder.
Well, I mean,
feel
we
like.
support Louis C.K. here at the podcast, and I'm kidding, we don't. But
Camera.
and it's just like, dude, it's like one of those things too, where it's, I don't know why I keep talking about Mark Wahlberg. It's weird that I do have this. I send those drip checks to so many people that like it's just like I don't know. Do you have a weird obsession over some musician, actor, actress, pro athlete that you shouldn't?
No. I've had phases where I'm really into an athlete or two.
But like too much, where you just, but you gather up some information about it, and you're just like, and somebody asks you a question, and then you're just like, I don't know why I have so much information about this one thing.
So I had Gareth Reynolds on my old podcast, and he called me on it with Conor McGregor. When
Okay.
Conor McGregor was on his original run where he was like fucking dominating, and then it was leading up to the Floyd Mayweather fight and all that, I remember talking with Gareth, and Gareth's like, you love him.
Yeah.
You want to be with him. Like he was giving me a
Yeah.
hard time the way Austin does with Mark Wahlberg. But McGregor's a piece of shit now, so I could give a fuck about whatever he does.
I know. I know. I didn't know about all that. And I had a McGregor shirt. In 3 days, I wore a McGregor shirt. I wore a Mike Tyson shirt. And then, what was the third? Well, I would just say
Donald
those.
Trump. It was just
No,
everybody-
but it was like that. And then my girlfriend was like, you got to stop wearing these rapist shirts or these abuser shirts. And I was like, I didn't even know. I mean, I know it's Mike Tyson, but
Yeah, McGregor's was one thing he got kind of like convicted for, but it was like a settlement thing. But he's been accused so many times.
mhm.
And that's the thing a lot of people need to remember. If you get accused multiple times from different sources, from different parts of the world, even, he got accused of some shit in like San Antonio at a Spurs game, I think, or a Miami Heat game. It was actually Miami. Stuff in Ireland, stuff in Vegas. It's like, look, man, when there's smoke, there's fire. Because I know a lot of people are like, they only go after these successful guys. It's like, or these guys get so successful, then they think they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
If they hear a no, they don't fucking handle it well. And when he's coked to the fucking gills,
Yeah.
because
Is
that's
he a
the-
known coke guy?
that's what everyone says, to the point where it's like he's probably a coke guy. He comes off as a coke guy.
Oh, dude, Roadhouse. He just looks insanely coked out. I bet he doesn't remember making that movie.
Probably.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
He's
about
our
Roadhouse.
generation's Richard Dreyfuss.
Just doing lines and lines of coke.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Dreyfuss was like a real thespian, though. Was he a fucking?
He doesn't remember the 80s.
Wow.
Like, no, I'm not bullshitting.
That's much
There's
coke
movies
he was
he's
on.
like, I don't even remember that. I'm Richard Dreyfuss. That's
good.
actually pretty good.
That actually was pretty.
Holy
dead
shit,
on.
that's like my best. Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
He seems like a curmudgeon.
Yeah, he does.
Him and Bill Murray do not
He
like
goes,
each
what,
other.
What about you, Bob?
It's what about Bob?
I know
about
best.
you,
Oh, yeah.
Bob? Yeah,
What
yeah.
about you, Bob?
I got that on DVD. I got to watch that again.
It's a good one.
Very good movie.
That's like Swingers. You forget how good it is until you watch
I
it.
sent you to Mark Wahlberg's schedule.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
just.
can you say it? I don't have my phone. Can you say it out loud? Because
No, I could.
No,
read
I
it.
want Joe to react to this schedule.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Sure.
So Joe, so this is
Drip check.
one of our thespians, Mark Wahlberg,
This
Greatest
is
actors of his
actor
era.
activist.
Mark Wahlberg posted on his story a while ago.
Mhm.
He's because people kept asking what his schedule is. This is his official schedule.
Every day.
Written out. 2:30 a.m. wake up. 2:45 a.m. prayer time.
Hell yeah.
3:15 a.m. breakfast.
Wait, 2:30. Is
You
it?
can't pray while eating, Mark? Come on.
Wait, say the times between those last two things.
2:45 and 3:15.
Yeah,
Prayed for a while.
30-minute pray. What do you think he's praying for?
Breakfast.
Thank
tastes
God that
good?
Asian guy didn't die.
Yeah. I don't know.
3:40 to 5:15 a.m. workout. 4 a.m. workout.
4 a.m. club.
5:30 a.m. post-workout meal. 6 a.m. shower. 7:30 a.m. golf. So we don't know what he does the 90 minutes between his shower and golf, but he golfs every day.
It takes 90 minutes to get ready, man. He looks good. It's a lot of municipal to choose from.
8 a.m. snack.
You know what? It's just a picture of him looking at himself because that boy's a snack.
9:30 a.m. cryo chamber recovery.
Hell yeah.
9:30 a.m. cryo chamber recovery.
Yeah.
But he goes golf at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
He's
7:30.
completing 18 holes in 2.5 hours.
He's probably playing 9, I bet.
He's probably playing 9.
Or
I
he's
agree.
just going outside his mansion and just whacking balls.
Oh, he's just going driving range style.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene in Entourage. Not to cut you off, but in Entourage, like episode 1 or 2, when they're teeing off from
Yeah.
the balcony and just hitting other people's houses with golf balls, that looked really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I know someone with a rooftop, and now I have a suggestion for them.
10:30 a.m. a snack. Another snack. 11 a.m. family time /meeting/work calls. It's all grouped together.
I like the idea. How long is that time period?
Until 1 p.m. where he has lunch.
Yeah.
So it's an hour and a half he dedicates to meetings, work call, and his children.
Mm.
I like the idea of like, you get 5 minutes. I got a big meeting coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Where he's just like, hold on. I just got offered flight risk too. He's like,
And then 2 p.m. is meetings and work calls. So he has 2 allotted times for meetings and work calls, but the 11 a.m. one specifically is for family also. Weird.
yeah.
3 p.m. is pick up kids in school. Okay. 3:30 p.m. is snack. 4 p.m. is workout number 2. 5 p.m. is shower. 5:30 p.m. is dinner /family time. And then 7:30 p.m. is bedtime.
Goes to bed 7:30.
Yeah.
He's missing all the best shows.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not watching television.
I want to see his
No
schedule
reading
when
either.
What
Doesn't
does he
read.
do when he's on a movie though? Because that has to completely change.
I bet you it's like a little bit like how The Rock has like a moving gym.
Yeah.
And I bet you it's pretty simple. This dude's got like Mark Wahlberg's got handlers after handlers. My favorite thing, which I did mention, but
Entourage. He's got an entourage.
yeah, at one of the the John Jones UFC fight I went to, and him and AC Slater were like best friends.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh shit, him and AC are friends.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense, right?
Both JC guys.
Yeah. Oh, true.
I think Mario Lopez is a Christ guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what, though?
We should. You know what we should do? We should do a video where you do that.
I become a Jesus guy?
No, not become a Jesus
I
guy.
work out at 3 a.m.
Where we follow. How about that? Where we follow his thing.
That'd be a fun thing to do.
That would be really
You know the
fun.
best thing about the family time? I could just sit in silence that whole time.
Yeah,
I ain't got no family. They're all
Yeah, no
gone.
family.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I did that for the Tom Cruise thing. When I played Tom Cruise in a sketch, I did his whole thing for a month.
Really?
Yeah, his workout, his diet, and the Scientology stuff.
What do you pray? How do you pray in Scientology?
No,
I
you
didn't- I
did
didn't
the
get too
things?
far in
Did you do
there.
this thing?
No, I went to like a meeting.
You did?
Yeah, I gave a fake name and fake email and fake number and sat in on like a service in Florence, Kentucky.
What do they talk about?
I didn't follow it because I was like behind. And then, but there was a lot of people trying to like catch me up and talk to me and stuff. I was there for 30 minutes tops, and then I left. It's not a normal service, so
No, it's not.
No, it's
Scientology?
very-
No.
yeah, it's very weird. But like right when I got into it, I was like, "Yep, this is what I thought," and I left because I was like, "I'm not gonna be able to." Hold
And they're like,
this up."
where are you going?
Yeah, I wonder if they have ever spammed emailed that fake email. I gave.
I'm sure they have.
I'm
For sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Or maybe they just knew that you weren't worthy of their cult.
Yeah, they were probably. Well, I think they were probably excited because I was like a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was like 19, 20.
You know, I think somebody did to me. I think I got spammed because I got a text message saying like, "Hey, we got," they're like, "Hey, we got your applications for Target. We're interested." I got a text from that and said, "Hey, Jonah." And it was funny because on your podcast, your previous podcast, I was talking about how I wanted to do that to my stepmom. So I wonder if maybe if someone's doing that back to me
Could
because
be.
they heard
No,
me
there's
say
a lot
that.
of spams going around right now.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot. There's a few where they'll send you a message being like, hey, you owe money for this toll road or you owe this. And it's like, what?
My favorite is like, hey, thanks for your purchase. And it's like, it's always like a $222.48 thing. And they like, if you're okay with this, like, if you're not okay with it, let us know at, jimbobjohands@gmail.com. And I was like, just fucking pay for like a McAfee fucking email. You know what I mean? Like, that's the telltale sign.
That's
and
always the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a scanned bill where just the like a couple things are just like clearly like redone. And I'm like, just put a little more effort. My guy. If you want money from me, just fucking do a good job.
I want effort too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember the other day I was walking past a homeless unhoused person and I didn't care for the way he begged.
Why?
It was just piss poor begging.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, should I take time out of my day to teach you how to beg?
Yeah.
It'll make your life better.
How do you beg?
It was just fucking lazy. Like
Yeah.
he was like laying on his side, barely had his hand out. I'm like, stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is peak begging hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, it'd be one thing if it was like, 2 a.m. and no
Yeah.
one's really around and now you're kind of dozing off and you're like, oh, hi, can I get a little change? No, it was bad. And he was too specific with his number.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys that's like, hey, I just need $3.35 for it. I'm like, buddy, no one's going to give you that.
Yeah.
You need to build towards it. Be like, hey, any change will be helpful.
Yeah.
Anything you got. If you could spare anything, I really appreciate that.
I had jokey ones too, where it's just like, I just need some money to get high. And you're like,
I love
all
those
right,
guys.
man. Yeah.
I love those guys.
It's good for you. And also, why, if you're gonna do it at the at an intersection, why have a long message?
I know.
I can't read.
We're on the move. We're on the move.
I don't know how to read. Yeah.
Also, if I stop and read everything you wrote and then I'm still like, nah.
Yeah.
It makes me feel awful.
I know.
Like reading a whole fucking huge poster board and then at the end of it be like,
nah.
you're not doing it for me, pal.
I know.
There's someone out there who needs this buck more than you do.
Yeah.
Right?
I used to have a problem when they would walk by and like need some money. I'd be like, oh yeah, no thanks. And I'm like, well, that's not the nicest way to. Oh, I go, no, I'm good. It's just like, what do you say that's not kind of rude?
I've always said like, hey, sorry, I can't spare it. Well, but you ever have it
Yeah.
where you tell them, hey man, I really have no cash on me, and then they give you a look like,
yeah.
and I want to be like, how about fuck you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't. That's why you're homeless, because you're an asshole.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because think about it, homeless people are usually assholes, because if they were nice,
And move
someone
with the
would have
times.
let them
Get a
crash on their
Venmo,
couch.
my guy.
Yeah, get a Venmo.
You
get
can just
some-
write your Venmo. You know what you can do? You know what you should do?
Do I want to be calling
You
homeless
know
people
what-
assholes? By the way, I don't know if I do.
No, you're calling the person an asshole. You're not calling you're not calling
Look.
you're not calling the guy an asshole because he's homeless. You're
Yes.
calling the unhoused person an asshole. Right?
Giddy up.
You know what's smart is what we should do. You know what we should do? Shark Tank. Is what we do is we start getting these unhoused QR codes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Right? And they have a link tree. That's the easiest setup. They don't have to have a phone, or they just need to access the computer, and you can go to the library.
We should have a QR code at our shows. By the way, I just realized it's really stupid that we don't.
It works. But yeah,
Let's have a production meeting right now. That'd be good for the podcast listeners to hear us
yeah.
break down what we got to produce.
But yeah, they should have QR codes. My friend, I had what's the,
I was saying like, fuck yeah.
oh yeah,
Sorry, I'm in a snap.
you were like passing it to me, and I'm like, what are you passing to me? My friend has a good story where he was like walking down the street, and this guy was just like, please sir, kind of like, I'm really hungry. Can you have any money?
Please, sir, could I have
Please, sir,
some
can I have
more?
some more, sir? And he's like, you there? You there? Go get me a golden goose, sir. That I would love to do that. Ooh, that's what I want to do. Can you get mad at one of us doing that to an unhoused person?
Someone will get
Is like
mad.
flip a quarter to them and ask them to get me a golden. Give me a golden goose, sir.
That would be, yeah, someone would get mad.
Golden goose, like Scrooged.
I like it.
Yeah.
What? Is
That's
that
Scrooge.
the line?
No, it's not.
You were saying that. I'm like, are you trying to do Scrooge?
He's
I
like,
cou-
you
I
there,
couldn't- I
boy.
couldn't play
Hey,
with
you
it 'cause I
there,
had no
boy.
idea.
And then he
Give me
flips him.
give me the turkey in the window or something.
No,
What's
the end. He goes, you there,
Who's
boy.
that
And then he flips him a
puppy in the
coin. He
window?
flips him like a coin.
Yeah.
And he goes, go get me a.
Go get me that big. Yeah, because it's mentioned
turkey.
earlier in the book and the movies. He sees in the window.
Dude, I told you this fucking 5 minutes ago. I don't read.
I know.
Why are 3 strikes in a row in bowling called a turkey?
I don't know.
You know what 4 strikes in a row is called?
No, what?
Ham bone.
That's right. What's
Pig.
5 strikes called? Your mom?
Classic.
Is it
Now,
like a bag?
so
What's the name?
my friend is walking down, right? And this guy goes, hey man, can I get some money to, I'm really hungry. And he goes, I don't have any cash, but, he goes, well, I'll just buy you a sandwich from this place. What do you want? He goes, man, just give me some money. And he's like, no, come with me. He goes, man, I don't want a sandwich right now. I just want the money. And they go in line, and there's like 10 people deep. And the guy goes, come on, man, just a little bit of money. I don't want anything. And then he's like, no, I'm gonna get you a sandwich. He goes, I don't want a sandwich, just a little bit. And then they go to the front desk, and then he's like, man, just give me some money. That's all I need is some money. And then the counter girl goes, you want anything? He goes, and the guy goes, just give me. I'll have a turkey sandwich with no lettuce, this and that, and all that. And then he goes, just give me some money, man. That's all I want. And then they goes through the whole. It goes through the whole thing, which is great. I love that he just knew exactly what he wanted to, and he was a little picky.
A little picky.
Yeah.
Know
They
this,
always-
know that.
They always are.
Yeah,
I get upset all the time by them.
yeah,
Like I went to McDonald's and one guy came up. So this guy was smart, and I was at the machine where it's touchscreen, and he came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, can I get something? Can I get something?" And then I was in the middle of I was about to say like, "Oh no, I can't." And I realized I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm at the machine with a card. Clearly, I can just add it. Like, there's no out of this." So I had to get it.
yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, so give me a 6-piece, and I'll take a drink. I'll take fry. Also, if we could get a burger, maybe a Big Mac." And he started just piling, and I had to be like, "Dude, you gotta pick one."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you a meal, but like now you're adding 2 meals. He's like, "Man, I really need this though." And I'm like, "What the hell?" I got really upset that he was
You
trying
know
to
what's
upsell
fun
me.
saying to someone though? What do I look like to you? That's kind of fun in a way. Like, what do you think that? What am I fucking
What do you
Santa here?
Yeah,
Why do you think I'm at McDonald's, asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I buy you that. I'm gonna be asking for you that tomorrow. Oh, kill me.
Being rude to strangers that you could kind of be rude to. I'm not trying to tell people to go off and be rude to homeless people, but being rude to any stranger is kind of fun in a way.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I had a thing in when I was driving the other day where as I was driving, there was this big truck parked on the corner. I had a stop sign, but the other street didn't. So I'm kind of like trying to look around. And as I'm coming out, this woman comes and kind of beeps and slows down and then gives me this look. And I roll down the window. I'm like, hey, fuckhead. Like,
Yeah.
slowing down is only going to increase my chances of hitting you.
Yeah.
Don't give me shit. I can't see around the fucking car. And she was like, well, you got to be more careful. I'm like, why do you slow down?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes no sense to me to be like, this car is almost going to hit me. I'm going to slow down and make myself a bigger target.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun. We had like a fun little swearing thing back and forth.
And then she was like, all right, man, have a good one. Like she kind of was having fun with it too.
No.
Okay.
But I had that in LA. When I was in LA, sorry, my throat's getting all fucked up again. When I was in LA, it was like a new.
Sorry for the girth that I have.
I like how Austin
You as
coughed.
well. Sorry.
Austin coughed
Sorry,
on the
both of
dick
you.
No,
joke.
it's all right. I ate a pretzel wrong.
Yeah, that's what it was. So I just moved to LA and I did not know that there was parts of the valley that are bad. Because in my brain, it's called the valley. It's got to all be nice.
Yeah.
Why would you give it that name, you know?
The bad parts of Valley or wherever Jax Taylor is.
I don't know that reference.
Just don't go by where Jax Taylor is.
Where the fuck is Jax Taylor?
It's from the show The Valley.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
God,
So I'm
you're such a loser.
You're such
I'm
a loser, dude.
so dumb.
No, I'm talking to you, Joe.
What? I am? That's a very popular show. That's a very popular show.
Talking to
Very
Joe
popular.
Like I said it to Joe.
Yeah. But it's funny is Joe also accepted like you were talking it to him too.
Yeah, no, what are you? I'm like, no.
You're telling me you don't watch Vanderpump Rules? What's wrong with you guys?
Oh my god! It was, but even if you did, there's no way people are gonna know that immediately.
Jax Taylor? Oh. You know what's funny about Jax Taylor is I got drunk.
Nothing.
No,
Funny about Jax
well,
Taylor.
he's such a piece of shit. And then I got drunk and I was like, I went to his bar and I bought all his merchandise and I forgot that I did it and it just came in the mail a couple weeks ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
dude.
Jax's place.
Must be a
Studio
mystery.
City.
Must be because you order a lot of stuff when you're pretty drunk.
Mm-hmm.
It must be just like a magical mystery every time you get a package.
Did I ever tell you the thing that happened during the COVID with that?
No.
Oh, dude. So I was doing that. I was getting drunk and then I'd buy something or whatever. And then I would kind of have this like magical, like, oh yeah, but then I'd be like, oh yeah, I did that. And I decided I was like, oh, I'm going to like do that for a friend. And I bought Liz Ziner, who's a old friend of ours, something. And then a couple months later, I like go in I get like a package and I open it up and it's like a burrito blanket and like a taco blanket. And I was like, and then my girlfriend at the time was like, oh my God, I always wanted that. And I was like, no. And then I was like, I must have drunkenly did that. That's great. But it's the first time I was like, I don't remember that at all. And then come to 2 weeks later, Liz is like, hey, did you ever get the package I sent you? And I was like, what package? She goes, the burrito thing? I go, I didn't order that? She goes, what's wrong with you? And I go, no, I've been getting drunk and I order myself stuff all the time. And she's like, what's
You know what I'm gonna start doing, Austin? You can help me with this. I'm gonna start subliminally like doing stuff around you when you're really drunk, and then you order it, and I'll be like, "Oh, thanks, it was so nice of you to get that for me." You're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Fucking dupe you, man.
Yeah, you should.
Let's gaslight Jonah.
Yeah. Yes, gaslight me. That's fun.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Gaslighting's kind of fun, right? Making
it's a
someone
lot
think
of
they're a
fun.
liar. Or what is gaslighting again?
It's just making people think that they're like,
They're the problem.
yeah, or it's just making people think that they did something or they think something, some verb.
Mhm.
You try to make people think they did a verb.
Yeah,
Yes.
I knew that.
Right.
I just wanted him to explain.
So what happened in the Valley?
Also in the Valley, I just moved to LA and I got booked to do this show out in Van Nuys. And I didn't know that there was any bad parts in the Valley, but I told some people because I was looking for parking and they're like, there was hardly anything. And I thought I saw something open. So I'm slowing down.
Yeah.
You're on the busy street, right lane. That's how you slow down to look for parking. People kept getting behind me being like, fucking laying on the horn. I'm like, no, asshole, don't lay on the horn. I'm looking for parking, which is why my speed's reduced. I'm in the right lane. So finally this car was laying on the horn on me, goes around me. As it went around me, I was like, fuck you, dude. Flipped him off. And then I see a spot on the other side of the busy street. So I'm like, ooh. So I U-turn to try to go to that spot. And as I'm about to go to that spot to park, this car pulls up alongside me going, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, dude, I was looking for fucking parking. And he was like, well, you got to fucking watch yourself around here, man. And I'm like, well, what do you fucking want me to do? People slow down and look for fucking parking. And I was pissed, right?
Yeah.
I was swearing right back at him. And then dude's like, well, fucking chill, dude. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just having a bad day. I'm like, it's all right, man. It happens to both of us. And then he went on his way.
Yeah.
And I told my friends this, and they were all like, dude, you're lucky you didn't get fucking killed, man.
Yeah,
This is
in
a
LA?
rough area.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about LA. I'm from Chicago. I'm not afraid of LA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're wearing shorts. We got a winter here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Our gangbangers got the sniffles. They need it more than you guys do. I'm just no fear of an LA gang. None. What, you wearing blue and red? Fuck off.
Right. Then this is going to cut to black, and it's just going to have a beginning date and end date for you. And the end date is going to be 4 days from now.
Do you
Because
remember me?
and then we're going to end the podcast with you being like, all right, guys, I'm going to be in LA tomorrow for a couple days.
I did some shows in LA last year. I haven't gone to LA this year. I have no plans either.
Okay.
Even though I said that, no
So
plans.
you took what I just said pretty seriously.
Yeah, I'm never going to LA again. That's how that works.
Right.
LA's a big city, second biggest city in the country. Jonah, you were just spending some time in a small town, and I feel like you have a new appreciation for small town life.
I do. I wanted to tell my story. I wanted to ask you if I told you the Miami story about me getting in a fight with somebody.
No.
Did I also talk about this? Dude, so I also love, I'm sorry, I just want to say, your story was like, I have to tell you
Let's
this.
save the small town thing for next
Yes.
week. Then.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to tease the listeners.
I know, because I was looking at this time, so that's why I figured we didn't want to do that.
Well, this was running for about 7 minutes before we started, so I
Yeah.
thought like if you just do like 10-minute story, that'd be a good way to end it.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Tell us the story you want to tell.
This,
I'm sorry.
okay, so so my favorite thing to do is when someone's like being kind of a dickhead is just kind of pop out of nowhere and be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like, what do you even possibly... So my girlfriend and I are at a bar. This guy comes in and he's kind of huffing and puffing. And Laura and I previously are becoming kind of friends with the bartender. You need to know that for the story. He kind of comes in and this guy is just like screaming at the bartender. And I'm like, I'm starting paying attention to listen. And he just goes, he goes, this was $4 cheaper yesterday when I ordered it. Why is it $4 cheaper? Why is it $4 more expensive today? Or like something like an arbitrary amount of arbitrary. I said the same thing. Type of a number, and he starts yelling at it and whatever. And then I look at him. I go, "What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" And he goes, "What?" I go, "This guy's a nice guy." Because he also was like, "Man, this guy goes, I wasn't working yesterday. I don't know what was charged. I gave you a discount today." So it should be less than it was yesterday. So I don't know what the problem is. All I know is that this is exactly what we charge. The guy's like, well, that's not fucking good enough. And yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, okay, well, show me the receipt and then I'll try to help you. And he's like, well, I didn't know to keep that and whatever. And then I just look over and I go, dude, you're arguing over $4. And I look and say, I go, how about this? I'll give you the $4 if you shut the fuck up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fucking baller move.
And he goes, because you know why? $4 means nothing to anybody. So shut up. Like,
Yeah.
you're fine, dude. You're like, you're making it awkward for me, whatever. And then he huffs and puffs. Nothing really happens. He's like, and then leaves. Right. And then, of course, I'm like, oh my God, I just did that. You know, I always get the kind of like, you get the little like,
I'm imagining your girlfriend was pretty attracted to you in that moment.
yeah, maybe. And then the bartender goes, hey, thanks for that. And we were like, yeah, no problem. And there's normally a 20% gratuity in Miami on everything. He goes, yeah, I charged him the 15. I charged him 15% gratuity just to save him some money because I've seen him a couple times before. And it was great. And he was just like, I just can't believe you did that. It was really nice of you. And I was like, yeah, of course it was. And then he goes, here's your bill. And I was like, yeah, it is. And then I looked at it and he charged me a fucking 20%.
What a cunt.
I know. I want to do those things where I was like, I can't help to notice
Yeah.
that you gave that guy a 15% charge, and only 20% charge.
The other guy came back being like, I'll give you the $4 if you shut the fuck up
Yeah,
about
right.
it.
And then I start being like, yeah, this is $5. You save that guy $5. This is fucking $5.
But dude, that's a fantasy of mine. I would love to do something like that where it's like, hey man, I'll give you the $20 to shut the fuck up. Like
Right.
whatever the number is.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know what my move lately has been? If someone's starting to really upset me, I just tell them in the middle of whatever they're mad about, I go, yo, go to bed.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Because I did it to an old guy, which I don't like, I'm respectful of my elders.
Yeah.
Very respectful. But I was walking my dog, and female dogs squat to pee.
Mm-hmm.
And the dog squats and pees on his grass, right? That's what happens. It's fucking grass. You can't grow anything on it.
Right.
Animals pee on it. Squirrels probably are peeing on it.
Right.
Bunnies. So my dog squats to pee, and he just starts yelling. I'm like, buddy, it's not poop. If it was poop, I'd pick it up. I can't pick up pee.
Right.
And he was still so mad. And I was trying to be real polite. And then he said something else. I was like, yo, hey, go to bed. Telling like a 79-year-old man who's like yelling at you about your dog peeing on his grass to go to bed.
Right.
Oh, did he get furious?
Yeah.
He's like, what are you telling me to go to bed for? I'm like, go to fucking bed.
Yeah.
I just kept saying different variations of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you, sleepy time. I was doing all sorts of dickhead things. It was one of my favorite moments in my life.
What's your favorite way to get somebody's attention that you're going to cuss out? Do you like, yo, because you just said, yo. I like saying, hey, guy.
Oh, hey, guy, yeah.
Hey, guy's good. Or hey, pal. Pal's
However you say,
good.
hey, guy. Sometimes I like to go right. I like to cut right to it. Yo, asshole.
Oh,
You
that's a
know?
good way to say asshole, too. I say it like that sometimes, too.
Asshole.
Hey, asshole.
By the way, you know why I was laughing earlier? Because you said arbitrary.
Yeah.
You did.
I
Said,
told
it's
you-
arbitrary. I'm like, arbitrary is not
Arbitrary.
arbitrary.
I
Yeah, but
can't
you said
say,
cherry.
dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my mush mouth. It's bad. I always have it anyways for the listeners of the podcast. And the last couple of weeks has been like,
Is your mouth dry lately?
no.
I've had a dry mouth lately.
Yeah.
And I wonder if, do you have like a new...
No, it's a brain thing.
That's a brain
It's for
thing,
sure a
okay.
brain thing.
Well,
I
you know, if it
haven't been
was-
drinking, so my brain's not used to working at this capacity.
So I'm 105 days sober.
Uh-huh.
I was talking to a comedian friend of ours who she is like 3 years.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how rough it is in the beginning because without alcohol, your brain is now just
Yeah. Everywhere.
heightened alert. You're experiencing everything.
Yeah.
You're taking everything in. You're noticing things that normally would never bother you before. Because,
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things. That's why it's hard for people to get through that initial part because they're kind of like, "Fuck, I need a drink," because your brain's
Slow this
going.
shit down.
Yeah, so it's almost like I wonder if because you're not drinking, your mind is going quicker than normal, and that's why you're getting mush mouth.
Maybe.
Because your tongue is not used to speaking at the speed in which your brain is telling it to right now.
Which is why I always have a drink before I perform.
There you go.
Because it slows my brain down a little
I think that's what you're dealing with.
Yeah, maybe.
You're not getting dumber. You're just not drinking right
I
now.
think I'm getting dumber. I for sure am getting dumber. I should start reading books.
I think you should.
How do
but
you do that?
then
Like, where do you find a
How are
book?
we going to stay dumb?
That
That has been Let's Get Dumb, everybody, for this week, June 16th. What's the fucking date? I forgot the date.
fucking knows.
No, but it would be a good way to end the podcast. That's been the
June
podcast for
16th.
this week, June 16th, everyone. We will remain dumb because that's why you guys listen.
Mm-hmm.
No book reading here. No book learning going on.
But we're
We should be
smart
reading
about
books,
being
though.
dumb. You know what I
We
mean?
wanna
We're
be the
smart.
smartest
We're
dumb
very
guys.
like aware of it, and I think at times I think we have a very good conversation about how dumb we are.
No,
you know?
obviously, I think it's important for us to educate ourselves
Right.
and read and expand the old mind, but then enjoy the dumber things in life.
I think people that realize they're dumb are smart, right?
I was hanging with, yeah, I agree.
You're too dumb to know you're dumb.
See, really dumb people don't know they're dumb.
You
They
dumb.
think they're smart.
Mhm.
So if you are aware that you're kind of dumb, you're above average in intelligence. And that's really what this podcast is about in a lot of ways. It's
Yeah.
being able to have the balls and the tenacity and the integrity to call out your own stupidity, to call out your dumbness. And sometimes there's some dumb things that you need to enjoy in life and point out. I was hanging out with a friend the other day and we were by a park, it was by softball, and the infield was being dragged. Like the other side of the park, there was the guy was driving like a big
actually do
trailer
that?
thing. Yeah, they do. And they said, wouldn't it be cool to drive one of those? Doesn't it look fun to drive? And I'm kind of looking at it like, yeah, kind of like a dirt Zamboni.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to drive a Zamboni.
I know
Although I would
everybody
fuck
does.
that up. That looks hard to drive, to be honest with you.
You're very high up there.
Got to do a real crazy turn with that.
Yeah.
But I would love to be on a Zamboni someday.
Mm-hmm.
Just
How do we
saying.
get that for you?
I don't know. I
you
got to
talk
throw out
to?
a first pitch at a Cubs game. It's kind of bullshit that I've not thrown out a first pitch at a Cubs game yet. You know what I mean?
You really think it's bullshit that you haven't?
It is bullshit, man. There has been other comedians who may have bigger followings than me, but I'm a bigger Cubs fan than them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll just say it. Cameron Esposito, who I'm actually friends with, I like Cameron. She threw out the first pitch of the Cubs game. I remember being like, you don't know shit about baseball.
Right.
Okay? Because your ex told me you didn't know anything about it.
Uh-huh.
And so I remember thinking that should have been me. Right?
So let's make a goal.
Yeah. And also, one time I was at a Cubs game and some country singer who I had more followers than, on TikTok at least, got to throw out the first pitch. And I'm like, I'm a notorious Cubs fan. I'm from this town.
Right.
We should start a campaign to get me to throw out the first pitch.
Right. That's why like I'm the one that should be able to press the on button for Mark Wahlberg's cryo therapy.
Drip check, drip check, drip
yeah.
check, drip check.
Because nobody's I really thought Austin was gonna get a good kick out of that one.
He did not at all.
No.
He wants us to end the podcast. He got a kick out of the way I was trying to end it before, I feel
Yeah,
like.
I did.
Yeah, I knew you
that
did.
was really cool.
Thanks,
Joe's
dude.
gotten like 4 applause from me this episode.
Oh.
He wins this episode.
Thanks, buddy. I haven't won one in a while, so it feels good. Don't be upset.
Oh
I
wait,
needed
are
the
we
W.
keeping score here?
I needed
Yeah,
a W.
I literally mentally always do.
Really?
Yeah.
Have I won any?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
course
There's
you
2 of you. Yeah. Yeah. What
Am I
if
the
you-
White Sox?
What, you think
of
I'm
this group?
undefeated? Yeah. You're setting a new record. But that has been the podcast. Anything you want to plug?
No.
Me either. No, my YouTube channel, everyone. If you're watching us on YouTube,
Oh,
just
we're
go
gonna
over
be
to
at the Comedy Bar.
joekilgallon.com. Yeah, we're going to be at the Comedy Bar, downtown Chicago, Saturday, June 28th, 2 shows.
Correct.
You can go to my website, joekilgallon.com. I got the direct ticket link there, so Jonah and I will be there.
Yeah, if you go to my website, jonahjurkens.com, you're going to find out that it's not there. Can somebody buy me one and set up a website, please?
Guys, you don't have a website.
I did, but then I let it lapse.
It
I
happens.
lapsed. I let it lapse.
We got to stop
What is
for
going on?
your sake.
What
right
is
now,
going
man.
on? What is going on?
Also, Celsius sponsor us. That's been
I've
Let's
been
Get
trying
Dumb.
for 8 years.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks for listening. Holy shit! Look at us.
That was the first time.